What city or neighborhood were you born in?
San Francisco, Bayview.
Okay. You weren't born in the Fillmore neighborhood, correct?
No.
You testified as a witness in the case against Mr. Dow, correct?
Yeah.
You previously also gave statements to law enforcement from California and the Las Vegas Metropolitan Police allegedly related to Mr. Dow, correct?
Yes.
Okay. At the time of Mr. Dow's trial, you had pled guilty to interstate trafficking of a minor, correct?
Yes.
Okay. You had not yet been sentenced in that case, though, correct?
No.
You also had prior to that case, you also had various other criminal cases against you in the past, is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay. And like I said, I don't intend to be that extended, but obviously we have to make a record. On April 20th of this year, do you recall executing a declaration?
Yes.
Okay. In this declaration, you stated under oath that you recanted your testimony to law enforcement, including that your allegation that you previously spoke to Mr. Dow about the alleged events at his trial. Do you remember swearing to that?
Yeah.
Okay. You also stated in this declaration that you admitted that you actually did not speak to Mr. Dow as you testified at the previous proceedings in the case, and that you do not know Mr. Dow personally or recall ever meeting him, correct?
Correct.
Okay. In your declaration, you also stated that your statements to law enforcement and your testimony at Mr. Dow's trial was false, and that you made up the statements against Mr. Dow because you wanted to receive favorable treatment as a result of your other criminal cases, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And at the time of Mr. Dow's trial, you had not yet been sentenced in the interstate sex trafficking case, correct?
Correct.
And in fact, after the testimony in Mr. Dow's case, you received probation, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And in your declaration, you stated that you believed you were approached by law enforcement in California after the death of Lee Dene Larson because you knew Miss Larson and you believed that they may have located your contact information in her phone, correct?
Correct.
Okay, now, Mouton just testified that they got into the first initial contact with him was because Lee Dene Larson is dead. This is the white prostitute, right? That they bring up the bad accent. They bring him in to tell a whole story. He give a whole narrative that the prosecutor gave him about him seeing her with me at the Boulevard Mall and all of these other shenanigans. He just told the truth. Now, mind you, CBS is right there. Vanessa Murphy is the investigating reporter for CBS now out here in Las Vegas. Now, how could you trust anything she say? She's sitting right there when that was said. If that wasn't eye-popping and jaw-dropping, and all this time I've been telling you, because really, they didn't give a fuck about Fat Tone and Cowboy. Let me be abundantly clear on that. I'm doing 4 lives without the possibility of parole because that bigot white boy, that racist ass Wawupi, he fought the case based on her death. That's what this is about. And as we're in the courtroom, let me let y'all know this one. The white folks that were sitting behind Vanessa Murphy and them, that was Lee Dene Larson's people. Where Fat Tone Mama at? Where Cowboy Mama at? See, that's what I'm saying. The white boy show who he is through his actions. He show you that he's a bigot. He display it, he say it in every breath that he takes, everything that comes out of his mouth, you could tell what type of a person that he is. You could tell what type of person he is by this prosecution. And then the judge, man, that bitch is complicit as he gets. She is going out of her way to protect this motherfucking bigot.
So you knew Miss Larson, correct?
Correct.
How did you know her?
Just from being around.
Okay.
Now, here's the cold thing. The man facing 40 years for pimping and panning on a minor. He come to my hearing after I get convicted of this trumped up ass charge. They get him in probation. He went from facing 40 years to probation. So what motherfucker did you, especially if you don't know me, you don't give a fuck about me, you ain't really a stand-up dude, what's gonna make you not lie on the motherfucker when you facing 40 years? So I guess I was the beginning of an avalanche of, how should I say it, falsifying testimonies on motherfuckers. I guess I'm the first, huh? Yeah, all right, come on.
And to your knowledge, she would have had your phone number in her phone, correct?
Correct.
Okay, now right there, that's a Brady violation. They never told me that, or in no report, in no testimony, that they got his contact information from a dead victim's phone, and that's how all of this began. They never said nothing about that. That's a Brady violation. So, with that said, how in the fuck did the judge miss that? I don't know, you sitting there, you listening, if you paying attention and you doing your due diligence, bitch, you gonna write that down right there. You should have your notepad right there. Look at, okay, that's a Brady violation. Write down all of the violations. Instead of you just looking at it and you deny me, that's a clear Brady violation.
You said correct? Sorry.
Correct.
Okay. And after you stated in your declaration that after you were approached by law enforcement,
Your Honor, at this point, we'll agree what the declaration says. I don't know if you have any questions related to it.
Your Honor, here's the issue. I have to prove up the allegation to make sure what he's saying in this declaration is true. So I understand they're stipulating to that.
And why don't you just ask him then?
That's what I'm asking. I'm going through the declaration, Your
Okay,
Honor.
but why don't you just ask him the questions here in court?
That's what I'm asking him.
Go ahead.
Now, did you see how they trying to stop this man from going line by line on about this false testimony? Fuck you just saying that we'll capitulate to the stipulation. And about you capitulating to the stipulations is that everything that he said in there, y'all know that he told a lie. So you don't want to make a complete record. And then the judge sounded like she's just stupid. That's just stupid, man. Bitch, you finna sit here and then, just ask him. He's asking him. He's going down the line. Don't try to rush these proceedings. It took me 17 years to get back up in this motherfucking courtroom. But you want to rush the proceedings? Bitch, you got to be on dope, big dynamite, Thurazine, and motherfucking gunpowder. You done lost your motherfucking mind if you think that I'm going to allow this shit to go on like this and you just rush the proceedings. And what? This is the shit I'm talking about. And then for me, I'm looking at it, I'm like, the lawyer, you being too respectful to a judge that has no judicial integrity. This bitch don't care. When she sat there, she already knew that she was looking for a way to dismiss this shit and deny me my appeal. That's evident. All you got to do is pay attention to this lady. This lady should not be a judge. She's dishonorable. Hey, what you just witnessed was the realest shit that you ever see in your lifetime. I am so in love with this Instagram shit, but what I'm telling you is another one. it's another one. In the words of the great DJ Khaled, bitch, it's another one. It's another one, and another one, and then another one, and then another one after that.